a brand new trailer for Avatar Frontiers of Pandora just dropped, and although it's essentially a PC features trailer, it does give us a better glimpse at the game itself, and because it is PC focused, shows us just how gorgeous this game is actually going to be. Avatar Theory here, hope you're doing well and having a fantastic day, and in this video I'm going to do somewhat of a quick breakdown of this trailer. Of course I'm going to watch it multiple times over and over and over and probably find more details combining that with the previous trailers of the game. But if you have not seen this trailer yet, I will leave a link to this trailer from the Ubisoft YouTube video, and I highly recommend you watch it in 4K to really absorb all of the glory from this trailer. Now the trailer is roughly 2 minutes and 15 seconds long, and right at the start of the trailer you can see a banshee sitting by the water, and just immediately I can see how much better this looks compared to the previous gameplay we saw, from the announcement trailer to the trailer we saw at the Ubisoft Forward event, which was captured on PlayStation 5, and I can just see that this game is going to look absolutely stunning on PC hardware, given that you are able to run this at maximum capacity. Now as I said, you can see here a banshee sitting by the water, and right there at the back you can spot some floating mountains in the air, and you can just see how stunning the sun looks on all of the plants and the reflections on the water. Moving on to the next scene, you have some of the new creatures in Frontiers of Pandora. I believe this is some of the new creatures. I'm not entirely sure what these creatures are called yet. Hopefully we'll get an answer pretty soon, and I'm sure that these will be in the art book of Frontiers of Pandora, and you can see some of the mountains on the back there, and again how the sunbeams comes through from the top there, looking absolutely stunning. Then we get a gorgeous wide shot view of our character. I'm guessing that is our character riding on a dire horse with one of the new creatures there on the right hand side, and if you watch this you can just absolutely see with all of the grass and everything just flowing in the wind with the sun on the right hand side. Again, you're probably going to need quite a monster of a PC to get it to this quality. I'm really curious how this is going to look compared to the PlayStation 5 and, for example, the Xbox Series X. Of course, the PC having all the features and all the bells and whistles, so to speak, turned on. This is definitely going to be a game that I'm going to be playing on the PC. I do have a 3070 graphics card, so I'm pretty sure that I'll be fine running this game at the highest possibilities. I do want to play this game on a widescreen monitor. I don't have a widescreen monitor, but more on that in a moment. Then we get to the title of the video, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora PC features trailer, and you can see there at the back is one of the banshees flying again, and you can just see the draw distance in this image alone is quite incredible. Again, the plants and the detail on the mountain itself just looks absolutely stunning and is by far better than anything we've seen before of this game. Moving on to the next shot, we get some more close-ups of some of the plants in Frontiers of Pandora, with some of the floating mountains again popping out in the background there. Then we get a quick look at again one of the new creatures. I'm not sure what this creature is called. If you do know, then let me know in the comments below, but you can just see all the particle details and effects in the background and all over this creature. And the next shot is probably one of my favorite shots in this new trailer. You can see there the floating mountains in the background. One of them has a waterfall going down, and you can see this archway and the plants in the foreground. I can easily see myself just playing this game to basically just stare in the distance, not really doing anything else, just enjoying, absorbing the moment and just immersing myself in this world of Pandora. The next bit is a bit action orientated, where we see our character shoot an explosion next to one of the amp suits in the game, and as it hits the amp suit it bursts into flames with the RDA soldier standing next to it. And just looking at the shot alone with the fire, the explosion, the rain, again, I know, going back to what I said, this is a PC features trailer, so of course they're pushing everything to the limits, but it was a good idea to delay this game, because remember this game was supposed to be released in December last year, around November, December last year. That was the initial release window, and this game was pushed back an entire year, and it was a good idea because I'm certain that all of this polishing was done in this year. The game has not gone gold yet, but looking at this again, it just looks absolutely incredible, especially if you look on the left hand side and how those neon plants, the neon lights just shine through at night. Again, absolutely stunning. And then you have one of the new characters, I believe, talking to the player, and they're just asking the player, you are new, are you not? And I think it's from the Ranahe clan, but I might be wrong on that one. We then get a couple of quick snippets showing some ray traced reflections and shadows, which is really just beautiful to look at. You can even see in one of these shots, if you watch carefully, right there behind the tent or in front of the tent, You can see some shadows of what looks to be a Navi doing something outside, and you can just see their shadows moving as the sun shines through the tent. Then there's a quick look at some of the settings, and it's pretty basic. You have your graphics quality, motion blur, shadow quality, spot shadows resolution, distant shadows, specular reflections, and so on. But there is quite a bit you can change on the settings itself, and it does show you how the settings will look like if you do change them from high, medium, and so on. You can see the images changing. But what's interesting to look at on this is right at the top there at the right hand side, it says offline, which of course we know this game is going to have online functionality in co-op mode. So they're playing the game in offline because probably the servers are not active yet. And then right there at the bottom you can see if the player presses F, the benchmark of this game starts, and we get a quick glimpse of what the benchmark will look like, testing your frames, GPU, and CPU, showing how much time is left in the benchmark. And you can of course hide the UI, show the advanced graphs, or cancel the benchmark entirely. The trailer also shows that AMD FSR2 is supported, and I believe FSR2 is Fidelity Super Resolution 2. It's essentially AMD's version of upscaling that works on all their GPUs. And again, we just get a beautiful look at the game itself, followed by a portion where the player runs through the forest, and we can see one of the new beasts on the left hand side there, which is from the Zeswa clan. And the reason I say that is because these beasts are called the Zakru, which is gigantic creatures that live with the Zeswa clan. It also shows that the game is ultra wide resolution supported, and although I do not own an ultra wide monitor, this actually makes me want to go out and buy an external monitor, an ultra wide monitor, just so that I can play this game, well, in ultra wide resolution, because I can just imagine how beautiful this game will look in ultra wide resolution. Here we see our player jump off the mountain calling the Banshee, and we hear our player character saying that we must bring the fight to them before jumping off the mountain, calling the Banshee, and we can hear them actually calling the Banshee. It kind of reminds me of Assassin's Creed Valhalla when you whistle every time you call your mount, and I'm guessing the same will apply here. And one thing, if you look very carefully, if you look slow, basically in slow motion, right before your character is about to mount the Banshee, you can actually see them taking their braid, their cue, and connecting it with the Banshee. Like I said, it is a very small moment. It's almost like blink and you miss it, but you can see your character grabbing it, ready to connect with the Banshee. The trailer then shows off high refresh rate by having the character run through the forest, and again, this just looks absolutely stunning. Beautiful areas, beautiful mountain locations, followed by some more action where we see our character on top of Banshee attacking a Scorpion gunship, doing a maneuver, doing like a barrel roll before destroying this gunship. There is then some sort of action montage where we see the player wielding a gun, destroying an oil barrel, which then kills an RDA soldier inside an amp-suit. And then again, we see our character jumping in first-person mode. We hear that call where they call the Banshee, and we can again see our character grab the braid, the cue, ready to connect to the Banshee itself. We then see a quick portion of our character flying on the Banshee, and it does seem like it's going to be quite open world. It is an open world game, and it does seem like you can pretty much fly anywhere with your Banshee. I do wonder what the limits will be on this, but it is just absolutely stunning to look at. Then going towards the end of the trailer, we can see this beautiful green lush forest with the floating mountains in the background, followed by our character again riding on a dire horse, with the closing look of our character flying towards what seems to be Home Tree, or a version of Home Tree for that specific tribe. And again, I do think this is the Zeswa clan, judging by the colors at the bottom of Home Tree, but I might be wrong on that matter. But it is a really great last shot of the trailer, again showing the draw distance, showing the floating mountains in the background, the detail of Home Tree, and showing your character flying in high frames on top of the Banshee. Again, if you've not yet seen this trailer, I would highly recommend you watch it in 4K to really absorb all of the glory that this trailer is showcasing you, because this game is really going to look stunning on PC, and it is most likely where I will be playing Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. But like I said, this was just my first quick breakdown of the trailer itself. I'm going to watch this over and over again and see what other things I discover, combining it with the other trailers to see what I can find. But let me know in the comments below what you think of this trailer, and for more Avatar content, have a look at the rest of my channel. Until next time, have a fantastic day and stay safe.